Hello and welcome. This is the Market Wrap. I'm Agam Akil. We've seen, marginal moves for the benchmark indices at this point in time. We are seeing some weakness certainly, but the expiry wasn't as volatile as we were expecting it to be, considering the Nifty were closed just shy of the 10,800 mark. In terms of gainers and losers, and let's take a look at that. Right at the top, we have ONGC, which advanced by over 4%, followed by, Coal India, Vedanta, Indian Oil Corp, as well as BPCL, all advancing in trade. On the losing end, TCS was the biggest loser today, and that was perhaps the reason why we saw so much weakness in today's day of trade, followed by some of these auto names like Maruti Suzuki as well as Eicher Motors, along with, of course, Hero MotoCorp also bearing down on the indices. Do remember, we will have the volumes numbers coming in just a couple of days for a whole host of these companies, and we'll come to know about how they've done. Moving on to the broader market, let's take a look at your NSE 500. Now here we have about 3 gainers for 2 losers, and in this case we have Sadbhav Engineering, which stands right at the top. It's followed by SIS, DCM Shriram, Minda Corp, Phoenix Mills, all advancing in trade, followed by Vakko and Viatech Vabag as well. On the losing end, however, it is Rain Industries, which continues to show more weakness. Swan Energy, SJVN, and NLC India, and to a certain extent, Reliance Infrastructure showing some amount of weakness in today's day of trade. The question remains that where do we go from here now that, a lot of the geopolitical tension has reduced, at least to a certain extent, and at least a notch lower as compared to what we saw yesterday. On that note, let's talk about the latest development in the retail sector, and this is with respect to future retail. I have Charlene, who's joining me to give us more updates on the same. Charlene, what's the latest on 7-Eleven?
Yeah, so subsidiary of Future Retail has signed a master franchisee deal with 7-Eleven. Now, 7-Eleven is the world's largest, convenience store chain in the world.
Absolutely.
However, the company did not give details. That is, Future Retail did not give any details on how much the revenues of the company will go up by with this franchisee deal. It also did not give any details on the royalty that will be paid to 7-Eleven, and also what are its expansion plans in India. However, what we know is that 7-Eleven stores will be somewhere in the range of 600 to 1200 square feet, and the ones which house a cafe will be a little larger. Now its area of expansion will be mostly in urban areas, as they are 24/7 stores. Now, whichever parts of the country
allow those kind stores of stores to remain open. Like,
for example, Maharashtra has a Shop Establishments Act, and also. So currently, Future Retail only sees 15% of its overall revenues come from small format stores. But going ahead, by FY20, Kishore Biyani tells us that it could be over 25%. Now, this could be aided by expansion of his own stores, that is Easy Day, Heritage, Nilgiris, and also, with 7-Eleven coming in, that could also aid into further revenue growth, especially for small format stores.
All right. Charlene, thank you for joining us and getting us those details. So some very exciting news out there. We'll be watching out for more developments with respect to Future Retail and, of course, their plans as they move on with 7-Eleven. But on that note, I'm going to get in Sharad Dubey, who's going to give us an update on the few other stocks which are buzzing in trade. Sharad, thanks for joining us again. I believe you have Varroc and Quick Heal on your list today.
Definitely. I think Agam Varroc Engineering stock went up by almost 3%. The stock reacted really positively after company's Moroccan arm actually commenced its commercial operations from February 26. So basically, this plant will be manufacturing automotive components, especially in the lighting part segment. The second stock to react today was in the mid-cap space was Quick Heal Technology. The stock was up by almost 8% in the day, and it ended the stock ended at around 7% up. This is basically on the news that the board is considering a proposal for a share buyback as on March 5. So Agam, what we need to see is the company has actually hit the 52-week low over the last 1 week. So this measure, what will happen for the company, we'll look out for.
Absolutely. We're going to keep an eye on that one, especially given the buyback news. But Sharad, thank you for joining us and getting us those updates on those 2 other stocks in the mid-cap space. Of course, it was a very quiet expiry, and this must be a welcome one, given the fact that we have seen so much volatility over the previous few sessions. But onwards to the March expiry, we're going to have to wait and see how that one pans out in trade, especially as we move into the first few months building up to the election. And on that note, it's a wrap on this edition of the Market Wrap. I lost my lineup. Stay tuned to Bloomberg.